So, you've probably seen this super vibrant green powder popping up just about everywhere, right? It's called Moringa, and everyone is calling it the miracle tree. But with all that hype, what's the real story? Today, we're going to dig in and separate the marketing magic from the actual science. Let's get to it.
Okay, let's just jump right in with the most shocking claim you'll hear, that this plant has 17 times more calcium than milk. I mean, wow, that is a bold statement, and it's designed to make you stop and think. What on earth is this stuff?
And hey, it's not just about the calcium. The claims get even wilder. We're talking 25 times the iron of spinach and 10 times the vitamin A you'd find in carrots. When you see it laid out like this, it paints a picture of a nutritional giant that just completely dwarfs our regular healthy foods.
So, what exactly is moringa? Well, it's this incredible tree, Moringa Oleifera, that originally comes from the Himalayan foothills. And what's amazing about it is that it's super resilient. It can grow in really tough, dry places where not much else survives. And that toughness is exactly why it's earned these cool nicknames, like the drumstick tree or even mother's best friend. And get this is not some new wellness fad that just popped up on social media. Its history goes back thousands of years. Seriously, there are reports of Mauryan warriors using it for stamina way back in 150 BC. The ancient Egyptians, they used the oil to protect their skin. And in West Africa, they call it the never die tree, where it's been used for generations to help nursing mothers. All of that deep history is what's really fueling its modern reputation as a global superfood.
So how does all that ancient history turn into what we see being sold to us today? Well, usually all the benefits of moringa get boiled down to three main claims. Let's take a look at what all the buzz is really about.
All right, claim number one, natural energy. The big idea here is that moringa can give you this nice, sustained boost, to help you fight off that afternoon slump and sharpen your focus. But, and this is the key part, without the jitters or the awful crash you get from coffee. The whole idea is you're getting this cleaner, steadier kind of energy. Next up, claim number two, immune defense. This one's all about how moringa is supposedly loaded with vitamin C and tons of antioxidants. The claim is that all these things work together to build up your body's natural defenses, kind of like putting up a shield to protect you from everyday stress and germs. And finally, we have claim number three, a gentle detox. This is all about helping your body's own natural cleaning crew. The promise is that moringa helps your liver do its job better and keeps your gut healthy, which in turn helps to, flush out all the junk. Okay, so those are the big promises. Natural energy, a stronger immune system, and a gentle detox. But how is this stuff supposed to actually work? We've heard the claims, so let's dive into the science behind them. So that energy boost we talked about, well, a big part of that comes down to its iron content. You see, iron is absolutely crucial for carrying oxygen in your blood. And it's a pretty simple equation, right? More oxygen getting to your cells means you feel less wiped out. And the cool part is, the vitamin A in moringa actually helps your body use that iron, making it a really efficient little system for fighting fatigue. And for that immune system boost, it all comes down to its army of antioxidants. Moringa has compounds like quercetin and chlorogenic acid. You can think of these guys as your body's personal cleanup crew. They go around and neutralize these nasty little things called free radicals that can damage your cells. Oh, and it's got up to 12 times more vitamin C than oranges. So yeah, that's a pretty serious dose of immune support right there. All right, so now we get the what and the why, but what about the how? Like, how do you actually use this green stuff and bring it into your daily routine? Let's walk through a super practical guide to get you started the right way. First things first, let's be real for a second. What does this stuff taste like? Well, it's definitely not sweet. Most people say it's pretty earthy, a little bit peppery. Think somewhere between spinach and a really strong matcha tea. Knowing that ahead of time is going to help you figure out the best way to mix it. Okay, listen up, because this part is super important. Do not just jump in and start taking huge scoops of this stuff. Because it's so nutrient-dense and high in fiber, you really want to start slow. Like just a half a teaspoon a day for the first couple of days mixed with some food. Then you can slowly work your way up as your body gets used to it. Trust me, this little trick will help you avoid any awkward stomach situations. And if you're wondering how to mix it, here are 4 super simple ideas to get you started. You can just stir it into warm water with a little lemon for a quick morning boost. It blends great into a smoothie, especially with sweet fruits like banana or mango, which really helps with the earthy taste. You can also just sprinkle it on savory stuff like soups or eggs, or you could even whisk it into some warm almond milk for a cozy, caffeine-free latte. Okay, we've talked about all the amazing things it can supposedly do and how to use it, but now,
Now it's time for the reality check. With any supplement, especially one that gets called a miracle, you have to take a hard look at the risks and what the science actually says.
So we have to ask the big question, the one you should always ask before you try something new. What are the potential risks? I mean, this is a really powerful plant, and that means we got to treat it with some respect and know what we're dealing with.
Now, this is straight from health authorities like WebMD, and it's something to take seriously. If you're pregnant, you have to avoid the root, bark, and flowers of the plant, as they could cause problems. And because moringa can naturally lower your blood sugar and blood pressure, you absolutely have to talk to your doctor first if you're on medication for diabetes or high blood pressure, or if you're taking thyroid meds.
And this right here is probably the biggest disconnect between the marketing hype and the science. You'll see moringa promoted as a treatment for all kinds of diseases, but WebMD is very clear that there is no good scientific evidence or insufficient evidence to back up most of those claims. So while there's some interesting research happening, let's be clear, it is not a scientifically proven cure for chronic diseases like asthma or diabetes.
So what's the bottom line on safety? Well, this quote from WebMD really sums it up perfectly. It says, moringa is likely safe when you eat the leaves, fruit, and seeds as a food. And that's a really important distinction, right? Using it as a nutrient-rich food is one thing. Using it as a high-dose medicine to cure a disease is something else entirely.
Which brings us all the way back to the beginning. After looking at all the hype, the incredible history, the science, and the real-world risks, is moringa truly a miracle tree? Or is it maybe more accurate to call it an incredibly nutritious leaf? The evidence really points to it being a potent, vitamin-packed food source, but not a magic cure-all. Maybe the real miracle is just how much good stuff nature managed to pack into one tough little plant.